All right. And we are live. So good morning, sixth grade. I'm so happy to see Anthony, Jasmine, Amanda, Anthony, S. Rodriguez, Carlton, Berlissa, Ibrahim, Lely, don't know who iPhone is, Jameer, Mercedes, Nathan. I'm so happy to see you. I'm going to mute you all now. No one is unmuted. All right. So if you have anything that you need to say, you need to write it in the chat box. So you're going to have to wait a second about the packet that we are doing. The packet that we are going to be doing is obviously today is Friday, May 1st. So we will be working on Friday, May 1st packet. I just want to invite one more person into the class. Just give me a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, because I don't want to hear, I didn't get the link. I don't know what I need to do. Going forward, we are going to be using Zoom. Let me just submit the person in the waiting hall. Okay, I'm going to actually get started now. Okay, I'm going to show you the packet that we're going to be working on. Okay, so you need to change the 7 to your name. We're going to do this kind of quick and fast today. All right, so I'm going to show everybody what we're working on. Okay, eventually, guys, we're going to be going into breakout rooms. All right, so let me show you guys what we're working on today. Today is Monday, May 1st. Today is Friday, May 1st. So this is the packet we are going to be working on, okay? Friday, May 1st. Remember, today all your work is due via Genius Scan. You are not submitting it page by page. There's a tutorial that was posted in Google Classroom yesterday. You need to go watch that if you're unsure on how to use Genius Scan. It's under 5 minutes and it will show you how to use it. The work must be scanned to me by Genius Scan by 5 p.m. today for this week. So that is April 27th, April 28th, April 29th, April 30th, and May 1st. I need to have that work in today by 5 p.m. through the Genius Scan app. Also at 12:30 after this class is over, there's going to be an assessment. The assessment will be posted on Google Classroom, and you are expected to complete that today by the end of the day, which would be 4:30. It is due today, and that's the end of that. Okay, let's go over this. We are going to be working on page 3. Okay, page 3 is what we're going to be working on. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to call someone to come off mute. They're going to come off mute, show themselves, read the question, show us the work. First person to come off mute is going to be Amanda. Okay, Amanda. All right, Amanda, let's see what we got going on over here. Let's pin you to the video. Hello, Amanda. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're on page 3. Can you read us the first question? It says the data of per capita municipal.
Okay. The data of the per
capita municipal solid waste
in pounds per day generated in the United States from 1960 to 2000
2005.
2005 every 5 years are collected and a box and whisker plot is made. Read the plot and answer the question.
Okay, don't worry about the questions right now, Amanda. The first thing we got to do, folks, those that are on the call, there are 17 of you. Okay, you need to label the box and whisker plot, Amanda. So you need to label the minimum, label it on your graph, and then you're going to show it. Label the minimum, put MIM for minimum. Label the maximum, MAX maximum. Okay, you're going to label the Q1, the Q2, and the Q3. And once you have that, you are then going to send, you're going to show us what you did. Okay, let me just go add Addie in here. She has to come in. Give me a second. Let me just go and add a participant. Give me a second. Once you have the Q1, the Q2, and the Q3, what then you're going to do next is you are going to then answer the questions, okay? Answer the questions that correlate with what you need from the graph. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let me know when you have that. In the meantime, Amanda, I'm just going to kind of help you out. We're going to come right back to you in a second. So, real quick, this is your minimum, Amanda. This is your maximum. This is the Q1, the Q2, and the Q3. Okay? Each line represents one, so it's 1/10. It's 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, like that. Each one of these represents 0.1 or 1/10, okay?
Okay.
Bring you back now to see if you're able to figure that out with what I showed you. Okay, Amanda, so the first quartile is what according to the plot? I just showed it. 3 point what?
3 point 3 point 3 point.
How many spaces? How many lines after the 3? Good, Mercedes. Mercedes got it.
Oh,
Jasmine got it.
3.
3.3. So, page 3, number 1, the answer is 3.3. Amanda, how do we find the range for part B? What is the range?
The range is least to greatest, and you have to subtract it.
So, right, the highest number is 4.6. We're going to subtract that from 3. So tell me what 4.6 minus 3 would be, Amanda. Good, Jameer got it. Mercedes got it. Nathan got it.
4.3.
So 4.6 minus 3 is actually 1.6, dear. Okay?
Oh.
0.6. It's okay. So number B, letter B is 1.6. Okay, so page 3, letter B, page 3, B, the answer is 4.6 minus 3 because 3 has to be a whole number. Okay, so when you do line, wait a minute. Yeah, it's 1.6. You guys made me second guess myself. Okay. Now the last question, Amanda, then I'll present mine to the screen, is what is the third quartile according to the Box and Whisker plot? 4 point what?
4.2.
Try again. It's actually in between 4 and 5. What number is in between 4 and 5?
4.4.
4.5, actually. I'll show you why. Look, I'll show you. Ready? Let me show you where we had a little mistake here. So this is 4, and each one is 1. 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5 is in the middle. Okay, so 3.3, 1.6, 4.5. That is the answer to number 1.
That way?
Yep, just write it the way I have it.
Oh.
You just have to put the answers and label the graph. Don't worry about this here. This was just for me. Okay? When you do question 2, whoever that's going to be in a moment, you're going to identify by labeling first, then answer. You cannot answer the questions if you don't label the Box and Whisker plot, because your assessment today is going to be looking at Box and Whisker plots and figuring out what quartiles they are, what the mean is, what the minimum is, what the maximum is, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go on question 2 now. So we're going to pin, I saw this person. I am going, well, that person doesn't have the camera on. You guys got to turn your cameras on. Okay, so if you would like to do the next question, raise your hand with the symbol. Who's got their hand raised? Let's see, because I'm going to start calling on you. All right, Anthony S. Okay, Anthony, I need you to first unmute yourself. Wait, Anthony S. I think raised his hand. Modesto, you'll be next, but stay like that so we can turn your faces on. Oh. All right, it's okay. Stay like that because you'll be next. Wait, this one. Hold on, wrong one. Pin the video. Okay. Hello, Anthony. Good morning. Can you hear me, Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, page 3, question 2. Can you please read that?
The weight of the basketball players in pounds at a university basketball team are noted on to determine their physical standards. The plot is made based on the data read. So plot and answer the question.
Okay, so Anthony, the first thing you got to do is you got to label the Box and Whisker plot. So you got to go label the Box and Whisker plot. So are you able to label the minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2, Q3?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to do that. So go do that and then present your paper to the screen so we can see it. Okay, so that's great that you put the lines, but what you're missing now is the labels. You have to label min, max, Q1, Q2, Q3. Label that and then show that. You need to be focusing. I can see all of you now. Cameras need to be on. Okay, we're doing Zoom today because Google Classroom, Google Hangouts was not working. Okay, so minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and maximum. Thank you, Anthony. I'm just going to present what that looks like and call on somebody else. You get a grade when you participate. The more participation, the higher your grade. All right, so when we look here, we have the minimum, the Q1, the Q2, the Q3, and the maximum. So Anthony, you put that in. This is what his paper looks like. Now, you got to remember that from 150 to 160, each line represents 1. So this is 151, 152, 153, like that, 154, 155. And so on and so forth until you get to 169, 160. Each line is 1. Okay? So here, when you look at the minimum, okay, whatever that is, if you take your pencil like so, I like what Anthony did, and someone did that in the other class, is they went down to the quartiles, okay, and they made lines like I'm going to show you in a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest you do is you kind of make marks like this. That way you can read the number to answer the question correctly. You see how the lines are here? That's what Anthony did earlier. Okay, I'm going to take it away in 3, in 2, and Anthony Modesto is going to come to the screen now. In 1, everyone now has the visual representation. Okay, let's go to Mr. Modesto. Please turn your cameras on.
Did.
I don't know where Anthony Modesto is. Let me go find him over here. Here he is. All right, Mr. Anthony. All right, Anthony, you're going to read me 2A. What does it say?
QA says 174.
Wait. What does 2A say? Stop giving me the answer. Read me the question. What is
the meaning of the given data?
What is the median? Right? The median is the Q2. So if you looked at what I modeled before, I'll show it up again, Anthony, for you to try to figure it out. Okay?
I know what it is.
You got it? Okay, what is it?
The median is 190.
A little less than that. It's one before that.
Like 189.
189. Good job, Anthony. 2A, put 189. Next, Anthony. When they say maximum, is that the highest or the highest or the lowest number?
The highest.
Good. So what is the highest number on the dot plot that represents the maximum?
205.
What? 205 or 204?
4.
204 would be better, right? Okay, now, I'm going to teach you guys something new now. On number 3, folks, it says the interquartile range. I'm going to type in the chat box so you can all see it. The interquartile range, okay, is going to be, Anthony, come back here because you're going to do this one, Modesto. Q3 minus Q1. You're going to subtract Q3 from Q1. So the interquartile range is also known as the IQR, which is the same as Q3 quartile and quartile 1. You're going to subtract because the range is the highest from the lowest, and you're doing quartiles. You're dealing with the highest quartile from the lowest. So quartile 3 it's 199. So your Q3 is equal to 189. And your Q1 is equal to 181. So if you subtract, oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. Q3 is not that. Sorry, I made a mistake. Is 199. I goofed. And Q1 is 181. So when you subtract 199 from 181, Anthony, what do you now get?
Wait, what were the numbers?
199 minus 181. What is that difference?
Give me a second. 18.
18. So for 2C, the answer is 18. Okay? People are sending it to me privately. That's fine, but I want it to be in the group share. All right? So I'm going to show you what it should look like. Anthony, thank you for your participation. You're going to go back on mute, sir. Okay? All right? So this is what you should have had. Remember, you got to label the plot first, then answer the questions after. Okay? I'm going to keep this up for 10 seconds. You don't have to put Q1, Q3. Those were my notes. I just want you to label and put the answers. And remember, the work is due to me today through Genius Scan by 5 p.m. today. Because your grade for the week for the packet is going in today. Okay, I'm changing it in 5. I'm going to have another volunteer. I'm going to have Hector Rodriguez. He's going to come off when I say so. 3, 2,
Ms. Canelo.
1, 0. Yes, Amanda.
On C for question 2, is that 18?
Yes, that is 18. Sorry. Yes, good asking. 18.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go back on mute, sweetie. All right. We're now going to turn to this page. We're going to now go to page 4. That looks like mine. Okay, page 4 is what we're going to be on. I'm going to have Hector come off. Hector, I need you to unmute yourself.
I did.
How's it going, bud? Good?
Yeah.
All right, good. We're on page 4, practice problem 3. I know it's a little hard to see, but try your best to read it to me. What does it say?
All right. It says directions. Use your knowledge of box and whisker plots to answer the following question. Number 1. Use the box and whisker plots below to answer the questions that follow. Point scores per game. And then I got the plots right there.
So can you show us how you labeled the box and whisker? I don't know why it won't let me mute him. Okay, he's in.
So you can
Good, Hector. Okay, so Hector, so wait, keep it up there, okay? So I'm gonna put where my finger is. You guys are gonna write it down. Hector, come a little closer with that, please. Okay, minimum, right? Minimum, so they can see what you wrote because he writes really small. Q1, good job, Hector. Q2, Q3, hold on, Hector. And maximum. Take 10 seconds, folks, to write this down. 10. I see your hand, Jameer. Give me a second. 9, 8. Once we finish this countdown, Jameer, I'm gonna take your question, and then we're gonna finish up with Hector. 8, 7, 6. Oh, you wanted to help. Okay. Jameer, you can do the next question. You're going to do question 2, Jameer. I see your chat. 1, 0. Okay? Jameer, I'm going to lower your hand for you. I saw you. Okay? You'll be
Yes.
after Hector. Okay, you're going to be after Hector. Go back on mute. You're going to do question 2. So, all right. So I want to go over 2 words with you guys. Okay? Hector, when you see the word upper extreme, that is actually the word for maximum. So when they say upper, you might want to write this down. Upper extreme, folks, is equal to the max, and the lower extreme is your minimum. When you see lower quartile, oh, you should know that one. That's what, when we get there, I'll show you what that is. All right. So guys, upper extreme is the max. Okay. Upper extreme, I'm going to write it in the chat box, is the maximum. And the lower extreme is equal to the minimum. Okay? You need to write that on your paper. All right, Hector. So now, what is the upper extreme, the maximum number?
Oh, I think it's 30. No,
Yes, you're right. 30 what? You're correct. 30 what?
32.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're on page 4, number 1A, or letter 1A, whatever you want to say. It's 32. Okay? Page 4, 1B. Hector, what does it say?
Oh,
What is
it's 5.
right? The lower extreme is 5. Good, Hector. Read us C. What does 1C say?
What is the median value? Oh,
What is it? The Q2. That's what we're looking for. What is that, sir?
17.
Good job. Okay, 1D.
What is the lower quartile value?
So
5.
yeah, what's Q1? Read the graph. You're doing really well.
Oh, 10.
10. Okay, last but not least, 1E. Read it, please.
What is the upper quartile value? Oh, 20.
20. Good job. So Hector, you just demonstrated you understood box and whisker plot. You do that today, guys, on your assessment, you should get 100. There are 8 questions on box and whisker plots, Hector. And then there are 2 questions on line and dot plots. 10 questions, anywhere from an 80 to 100. Okay, I'm not going to go over those assessment questions. That's why we're practicing to get you ready, okay? Good job, Hector. Let's have Jameer come off now. Hector, go back on mute, please. All right. Hey, okay. You're going to read us page 4 here, number 2, please.
All right. Use the data set below to create a box and whisker plot.
Okay. So it says espresso made per day. Can you read those numbers?
All right. 44, 64, 32, 44, 48, 59, 73, 51, 96, and 65.
Okay. So remember, Jameer, when anytime we see numbers, we have to organize them from least to greatest. Ibrahima, type what you need in the chat box privately to me. Go ahead.
Tell you the lower extreme. The lower extreme.
Yeah.
32.
Good. Can you tell me the upper extreme?
96.
Good. Now, before you give me the rest of the numbers, how did you organize these numbers? How did you put them?
From least to greatest.
Good. So, can you tell me how they look?
Hold up. I did it in my head. I put it from least to greatest in my head.
I understand that, but I need it on the paper, okay?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna do it right now.
Ibrahima, I see your hand, but to answer your question, I'll show that when we're done, Ibrahima. I'm going to write you privately. You keep going, Jameer.
All right, I'm almost done.
Okay, now, perfect ordering. Now, you need to go get that median of that data.
The median I need help with. That one I need help with.
So let's look at it together, okay? Who would like to help out with the median? Raise your hand if you'd like to help out with the median. Raise your hand. Okay, I guess we're only answering about the median. Okay, I saw a hand. Again, I'm only answering the question about the median. Okay, Ibrahima, come off, and we're answering the question about the median.
Yeah.
About the median. I'm going to lower your hand now. So he has the numbers in order from 32 to 96. So he needs to know 32 goes with what number?
32 goes with let me see.
The farthest number on the right.
6.
What's that? 90 what?
96.
Okay, good. Now, go back on mute, whoever that was. Only Ibrahima should be off right now. Thank you for helping. Unless that was Darren. Darren and Ibrahima, 44 goes with what number, gentlemen?
44 goes with
73.
Goes with what, Darren?
No.
Okay, now there's too many voices, so now it's just going to be one person. So everyone's on mute except Ibrahima, because if not, I'll put you in the waiting room. 44 goes with 73. 44 goes with 65, right? Yes?
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you, Ibrahima. Okay? Watch. Hold on, let me pin me to the video. Okay, so look, we got 32 and 96. We got 44 and 73. We got 44 and 65. We got 48, I see some head nods, and 64. We got 48 is here. So we're left with 51 and 58, 9. When there's 2 middle numbers, it's because it's an even set. We add them up, 51 and 59. gives me 110. I divide by 2, so Q2, which is the median, is going to be 55. So I'm going to write 55 where it says median. Now, to find the lower quartile, which is Q1, okay, so again, the median is going to be the two numbers, which is 51 and 59. I have to add them up, which is 110. 110 divided by 2 gives me 55. That's the Q2. So where it says median, you write 55. Now, to find the Q1, I'm going to take all the numbers to the right of the last circled number because the lower quartile is on the right. So I'm going to find the median of those numbers, 32, 48. I'm left with 44 in the center for two numbers. Here's a trick. If you have 50 and 50, you add them up and divide by 2. So 100 divided by 2 is 50. So in this case, 44 and 44 is 88. And if I divide it by 2, I get the same number. So when the two middle numbers are the same and you divide, you get with what you started with. So you don't even have to do the math and just know it's 44 because 88 divided by 2 gives me 44. So that's Q1. Now, when you look over here to find the Q3, I'm going to take the number to the left of 59. So I have 64 to 96. 64 and 96 go together. I'm left with these two middle numbers where my finger is. 65 and 73, folks. I add them up. I get 138. I divide by 2, and I get
69. 69.
69, okay? So now, thank you for your help. So now when you go here, the lower extreme, which is the minimum that Hector did, was 32. The upper extreme was 96, which is the maximum. The Q2, which is your median, is 55. The Q1 that we just did, which is right here, is 44. And the Q3 is 69. So these numbers create the box and whisker plot. So remember, the minimum, you label it, the minimum 32. 30, this is 35, estimate. Then you go do your maximum, which is your upper extreme. Okay, it's just a fancy word, it means the same thing. You just have to know that. This is now 96, somewhere over here. 55 is the Q2. So the Q2, the Q1, and the Q3 makes up the box. Remember, that's the box. The minimum and the maximum are the whiskers. You write them down by making a line, connect the box, and now you have a box and whisker plot. That is how you do that. I will show you the entire page. I'm going to leave it up for 20 seconds so you can all write it down. 20, 19, 18, 17. All you have to write is the labeling and just the answer. And if you don't have this, 16, 14, 13, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So
I wrote it down.
My number line is not equal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to mute you all right now. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Ibrahim, I'll talk to you at the end of class. You're not in trouble. I'll help you then. All right, let's move on to page 5 that looks like this, okay? Page 5, practice problem 5. All right? All right, let's see who's going to do this one. Let's see who hasn't had a turn. Who is going to be the lucky one? Let me see. Oh, hello, Mr. Aiden Acevedo. I need you to unmute yourself, Aiden. Aiden, unmute yourself. Okay, I did it. Aiden. Aiden. Aiden? Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you now to turn your camera on, please. I want to see, guys, listen. In these calls, I need to see your faces. I don't get to see you in school. Okay, if you would like to do the next question to earn your class participation points of 100, please raise your hand. I don't see any hands raised. Okay, I got one. Hello, Jacob. Jacob raised his hand, so we're gonna bring Jacob to the screen. Jacob, show your face again. I saw your hand up. You were the first one I saw. Jacob, there you are. Jacob, come back. All right, Jacob, let me bring you to the screen. Class participation points for you. Jacob, page 5. I want you to do the entire question without my help. Go, read it and walk us through it, please.
Make a box and a whisker.
Wait, read a little louder. We can't hear you.
Make a box and a whisker plot for the given data. 17, 29, 32, 9, 30, 14, 8, 39, 11, 32, 23.
Yikes. All right. Organize the data from least to greatest, then take over. Go. Tell them what they're writing.
8, 9, 11, 14, 17, 23, 29, 32, 32, 39.
Okay. Tell us how you find the median, the Q2. Go.
8 and 39, cross them out. 9 and 32, cross them out. 11 and 32, you cross them out. 14 and 29, you cross them out. And then you start with 17 and 23, you add them. You got 40 divided by 2, and you got 20.
So when I did it, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I got actually 23 as my Q2. You know, there's 11 numbers, right? Unless I made a mistake. There's 11 numbers, correct? Yes, there's 11 numbers.
I skipped one.
So there should only be one median, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Thanks for the thumbs up, Jazz. Jazz, you'll be next. Right? So the median is 23. Now go tell me the Q1. Don't worry, I made that mistake too. You're not the only one. It happens. We fixed it. We're good. Okay, go find me Q1 now.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Okay. You're confused? All right.
I'm missing
So-
a number.
Okay, let me show you, then I'm going to put you back, okay? All right. So the numbers, we have 8. Okay. We have 8 goes with 39. We have 9 with 32, as Jacob said. We had 11 with 32. We had 14 with 30. We had 14 with 30. Then we had 17 with 29. I'm only left with 23 in the middle. The reason why there's one median is because it's an odd set. Whenever there's an odd set of data, there's one median, okay? So that's why it's 23 and not what you said. You probably missed a number, and that's okay. So that means now when you go find the Q1, Jacob, you're gonna go from 17 to 8 to get the Q1, the lower quartile. Make sense? Jacob?
Yeah.
Okay, so now can you take over and do the correction, please?
So
Try to speak a little louder, okay, so we can hear you.
11. And Q3 is 32.
Q3 is what?
32.
Good. Q3. Okay, keep going. Now give me Q1. Q1 to the left.
Already said it's 11.
Good. I didn't hear you. Okay, now show us what the box and whisker plot looks like. Go. Everyone's working on the box and whisker plot. This is what you should have. Okay, I'm going to write what you have here. We're on page 5. We still haven't left that page yet. Okay. This is page 5, problem 5. Now you're all going to create the box and whisker plot, and you're going to label everything. Jameer, I see your hand. You'll be next. Just give me a moment. And Ibrahima. Who else has their hand up? That's all I see. Actually, Jameer, you already had a turn, so I'm going to lower your hand. And Ibrahima, you already had a turn. If you have a question, just type it to me because I want to call Nathan when Jacob's done. He's going to do his share. And then Haley and Ari are going to give it a try. All right, Jacob, are you able to do the box and whisker plot?
Yeah.
All right, can you just present your work to the class so we can see it?
Something like that.
All right, so Jacob, that's great. I'm just gonna show mine, okay? And then I'm gonna have the people that I said to come do it. All right, so here we go. This is what it should look like. This is what Jacob showed very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up for 15 seconds. The first thing you guys gotta do, okay, is you gotta plot, go back on mute, Jacob, please. Minimum, okay, minimum is the lowest number, which was 8. So I go, each line represents 1 or shows 1. So from 0 to 10, each one of these is one number. So 8 is 8 numbers after 0. So there's 8. The maximum is 39. So 39 is 1 before 40. Then the Q1s, Q2s, and Q3. How do we find them? Well, first we find the median, least to greatest, get that number. Then, after we get that number, okay, we're gonna go to the right to find the lower quartile, which is Q1. So we're gonna go from the uncircled question down to the lowest number, the minimum. Get that median, which is 11, that's Q1. So I go to 11, I make a line. Then to get Q3, I go to the uncircled number next on the right. That's 29 to 39. I find the partners. The middle number is 32. That's your Q3. I graph it, make a box, and there you have it. Okay, we're gonna
Miss Canelo.
Yes, Jameer.
Where you wrote Q3 at, it says 39 and the maximum says 39. Where you wrote it at?
Oh, it should be 32, right? Thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jameer. Good independent thinking. Let me hold that back up. Thank you. Better now, Jameer?
Yes.
Thank you for noticing and being very attentive. I appreciate that. You see, I'm human. I make mistakes too, just like you. Okay, let's go on now to page 6. You're going to see page 6. It's not going to be this exact question, but it's going to be very similar. You're going to be reading a lot of Box and Whisker Plots on the assessment on Google Forms today. Remember, it's due today. All right, so I think I promised Nathan was next. So Nathan, are you able to unmute yourself? That way I could see you. Are you able to turn your camera on? That way I can put you on my screen.
I don't think so.
Guys, when you come in these calls, you need to turn your cameras on immediately. I like to see faces. I don't like to look at no names. Okay? That's how I like it to be. Where'd you go, Nathan? I don't see you now. Nathan,
Yes.
where are you? Where'd you go? I only see some people. Nathan, are you able to, I can't bring you to the screen. I need to see your face. Are you able to turn the camera on?
No.
Okay, so then I'm gonna try my best. All right, I need you then to read the question for us.
Directions. Use the box and whisker plot to answer the question below. Find the minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Number activate.
Okay, so can you tell us the minimum?
The smallest number.
Yes, what number is that on the box plot?
2.
2, good. What's the maximum, the greatest number?
10.
10, great. What is the Q1 of that box plot?
Q.
What's that number?
9. Wait, no.
No, it's right after 2. What comes after 2? That's your first
3.
quartile. 3. Okay, what is Q2, which is the middle or the second line down the center?
6.
6. And the Q3 is the last line. What number is that?
10.
Not 6. Each line is
10.
no, that's the maximum. I want Q3. It's 8. Look. This is the minimum. Each number represents 1. Each tick mark is 1. They counted by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I put the odd numbers in. So now the minimum is 2. The maximum I read is 10. The Q1 was 3. The Q2 was 6. And the Q3, as it's labeled, is 8. So be
Miss
careful.
Canelo.
Okay, there's too much calling out right now. You're going to have to type to me privately. I need to move on right now. Type in what you need me privately like you did before. Okay? And I'll see what it is that you need and I'll address that question, okay? All right. I think, Ari, are you able to turn your camera on? Ari? Jasmine, since you have it on already, since I don't think she heard me,
Yes.
we're gonna do page 7, okay? It looks like this, okay? Page 7.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, can you read it?
Yes. Okay. Use the box and whisker plot to answer the question below. Find the minimum, maximum Q1, Q2, and Q3. Annual snow this
Tap,
at
maximum.
okay, so the minimum is 30. The maximum, the minimum is 30. The maximum is 25.
25 or 125?
$125, my bad.
It's okay. Now, do you know how to find the Q1, Q2, and Q3? Can you tell us?
Yeah. 53 is Q1.
I put 50, but okay. Q2, it's more than 60, but less than 80. So it'd be what? Would you say 70?
73 or 72? Oh, 75.
75? I know it's a little hard. You have to estimate. I'll even take 78. That work. Oh, I would really more of 75, 76. And 2-3, that one's pretty straightforward. It's a little bit over 100, right?
Yeah, it's like 102.
Yeah, 102 works. Are you able to present your work to the screen? Hold on, I just want to close my tab. Are you able to present your screen?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Jazzy. All right, I'm just going to show mine because I pressed a little darker. Your numbers are right, just so that they can all see it, okay? Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. There you go. Just try to press a little harder when you're sharing your work, okay? So we can see it. All right? Genius scan, I need all the work, not page by page. No genius, no page by page. All right. That was what you had. I just remember label first and then answer. Okay. So, we're not going to do this page because it's a challenge. Okay, you're going to try on your own. But we are going to do your exit ticket. Even though, okay, so you got to go mute yourself, whoever that is. I'm just going to mute all. Okay, so on the exit ticket page, okay, because you know that every Friday you have to take a quiz or a test or an assessment on Google Forms for math and all your subjects. So this is actually 2 more questions to practice. Okay, this is not going to be on Google Classroom. This is for you to practice with. So if you can get these questions correct, then that means on the assessment that will be put up after this class is over in about 35 minutes, you then should be able to get anywhere from an 80 to 100. There are 8 questions on what we just reviewed the last 3 days on box and whisker plots. Excuse me. And then there are 2 questions on dot plot and line plots. So let's look at it. You got to label your minimum, your maximum, your Q1, Q2, Q3. This is the first box plot for store 1 or store A. Pay attention because this will be on your assessment. Now, this is called a double box and whisker plot. That means that there were 2 box plots, as you can see, on 1 number line. I believe it was either yesterday or Wednesday's work, you had a challenge question with Maddox and Allie. So if you were unsure, you make 1 number line and you create 2 separate box plots. So if you have these labeled, you should be able to answer the questions that they present to you, that I give you. Precious. Hello, Precious.
And
How you doing?
good.
I missed you the other day.
Thank you.
I think it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I missed you. Try to come, okay? I love seeing you, okay?
Yeah.
All right, page 9. Can you read me the directions and take away question 1 for us, please?
Sure. Directions. Use a box and whisker plot to answer the question below. There is a box and whisker plot and it has 2. And the question is, what is the median of store A? What is the minimum of store B?
Mhm.
So the median of store A is about 43
Okay, 43.
or
Okay, what does it say on the answer?
45.
Right, so what should
45.
you circle for 1?
45A.
Right, because you're kind of making estimation skills right now, right? Okay, read us number
Yeah.
2. You're doing a really good job.
What is the minimum of store B? The minimum of store B is 42, about 42.
Excellent. So circle what?
A.
Okay, awesome. Present your work. Okay, so Precious, you did a great job, and I know you didn't label, but going forward on a paper packet, okay, on a paper packet, clearly on you know, on Google Classroom, it's hard to label, but I'm gonna let you do the labeling, and then I want you to present that paper back, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We will be having somebody else come in as well. Okay, so just a reminder, make sure I get that work scanned to me. If you didn't give it to me last week, you owe me last week and this week. Yeah, much better. You see why it's easier to label it, Precious, and everybody? Because now you already did the hard work. You labeled it, and you should get the answer like that, right? Quick, quick. Good, I like the thumb. Thanks, Ibrahima. All right, so one more time. Thanks, Ibrahima. Thank you, Precious. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, this is what page 9 looks like. Precious modeled it perfectly. And somebody asked for me to show, I think it was this page, because page 8 you were to do by yourself. Okay? So now what's going to happen is I am going to play a little